In 1917, what was known as Palestine, slowly over the years, became what is known today as Israel. It all started in 1917 when the British Foreign Secretary sent a letter to the President of the Zionist Federation, declaring the British government would be in favor of establishing a Jewish home in Palestine while under British control. Between 1920 and 1948, Jewish immigration from Europe to what was called Mandatory Palestine was highly controlled, but began to increase. By 1947, the Jewish population had increased to 33% of the total population in Palestine. The United Nations proposed that 45% of the land would be owned by Palestine, and 55% would be owned by the Jews. But Palestine disagreed. Between the years of 1920 to 1939, the Jewish population increased by almost 320,000 people. This was possible due to Jews purchasing land in Palestine owned by non-Jewish, non-Palestinian people, and then proceeded to expel any Palestinian farmers or workers or families from their purchased land. These Jewish migrants were mostly unwanted in Europe and had to find a way to establish a new home, but at what expense? In May of 1948, the British mandate expired, and that was finally the green light for Zionists to declare the land of Palestine as their own. By using heavily funded military force, over 750,000 Palestinians were expelled from their land, 530 villages destroyed, and 78% of Palestine was captured, not to mention the casualties on both sides due to this war in 1949. The Israeli state was created. By 1967, Israel had captured more land in both Egypt and Jordan, which was later recaptured by these countries after more wars broke out. Israel did not recognize Palestine anymore as a legitimate state, which caused increased conflicts between both parties and many more casualties, mostly from the Palestinian side, as Israel was heavily funded by other countries to establish control. This caused more conflict, and then certain organizations were established in the area that still fight Israel to this day. But Israel has the power to cut resources from Palestinians to once again establish control. A border wall was built between Israel and what's left of Palestinian land that prevents Palestinians from entering. What was once Zionists leaving Europe became Palestinians leaving Palestine. And as of today, almost 8 million Palestinians dispersed from their own land.